So hello guys and welcome back to our channel Simple Random Knowledge. So guys, in today's video we are going to see what are the FSA rules for designing a chassis. So I have got many DMs on Insta that I should make a video on FSA rules for designing a chassis. So I'm making this video only for the new upcoming teams which are unaware of the rules. So guys, make sure I'm discussing these rules for year 2022. If you are watching this video in future, make sure you check these rules from your respective rule books. Look into this picture. I hope that you have understood it, that we are going to discuss the rules for space frame chassis. I am not going to discuss any rules for composite or monocoque chassis. So guys, I have made a video on modeling of FSA car chassis. If you have not watched my video on modeling and simulation of chassis, you will get a link of playlist at your top right corner and in description below. Watch that videos after completing this video. So guys, without wasting any time, let's start with today's video. So guys, we are going to discuss all the primary structure of a chassis one by one. So guys, starting with the first structure, that is front bulkhead. So what is a front bulkhead? So here is the definition for the front bulkhead. It is a structure that defines the forward plane of a chassis and provide the protection for a driver's feet. So in this image, you can see the front bulkhead over here. So it acts as the foremost plane of a chassis and it protects the driver's feet from any front impact crash. So talking about the rules and regulation of front bulkhead. So front bulkhead can be written as FBH. In further my slides, I am going to use this FBH word instead of whole front bulkhead. So front bulkhead is a primary structure, as I said. So any of the primary structure have some general requirements. So same thing is applicable for the front bulkhead. The minimum wall thickness of the front bulkhead should be 1.2 mm. So here you can see I have written that you should confirm this wall thickness from the SES because competitions keep on updating the wall thickness of all the primary structures. So all the wall thickness that I have mentioned in my further slides also, make sure you confirm this wall thickness from your updated SES, followed by the second rule, that is the minimum cross section area of front bulkhead should be 119 mm square. Minimum moment of inertia should be 8509 mm raised to 4. So all this thing you should keep in mind that minimum cross section area and minimum moment of inertia of your front bulkhead tube should not go below these values. So here is one common question, that why do we need to have a diagonal or X bracing in a front bulkhead? So here you can see I have used a diagonal bracing. So what is the need of having this diagonal bracing in your front bulkhead? So here we have an answer that in case if a team uses a standard FSE AI means impact attenuator. If any of a team is using standard impact attenuator, the distance between the edge of impact attenuator to front bulkhead is more than 25 mm. Then there is a need to have diagonal bracing which is of 25 into 1.5 mm thickness. So if the distance of your impact attenuator edge to front bulkhead topmost surface is more than 25 mm, then you need to have a diagonal bracing or X bracing in your front bulkhead. So this was about the front bulkhead. Now moving to a next primary structure is front bulkhead support. So here you can see in this image I have shown you the front bulkhead support. So what are the front bulkhead support? It is a structure that defines the front bulkhead back to the top of upper side impact structure and front hook. So any of the primary structure that is behind the front bulkhead up to front hook, that tubes are known as front bulkhead supports. So what are the rules and regulations for the front bulkhead supports? So in your front bulkhead support, there should be minimum 3 tubes which transfer the loads from the front bulkhead to upper side impact structure and front hook. I have used 5 tubes over here. So these tubes are named as follows. The structure that transfer the load from front bulkhead top to upper side impact structure or front hook top are known as upper members. Lower members joins the front bulkhead bottom and the front hook bottom, and diagonal members are used for triangulation of upper member and lower members. Talking about the next rule for front bulkhead support, that is the front bulkhead support member must be attached to the front bulkhead at maximum 50 mm below the topmost surface. So guys, as I said, this is the upper support member of front bulkhead support. So what the rule says is this upper support member should be attached to the front bulkhead maximum 50 mm below the topmost surface. So this is the topmost surface of your front bulkhead and this upper support member should be attached to this front bulkhead maximum 50 mm below to the front bulkhead topmost surface. So this is one rule. Another rule is similar to this, that is this upper support member should be attached to the front hook maximum 50 mm below the upper side impact structure. So this upper support member is transferring the load to side impact structure and this upper support member should be attached to this front hook maximum 50 mm below. to this upper side impact structure. So this is the upper side impact structure and this is the front bulkhead support. So these are the two rules. Coming to the third rule, so if the attachment point of the upper member is greater than 100 mm above the side impact structure, then there is requirement of triangulation. So this upper member of front bulkhead support is attached to this front hook above 100 mm. In that case, there is a requirement of triangulation to transfer the load from the front impact to main hook. So guys, moving to our next rule, that is a lower support member must be attached to the base of front bulkhead and the base of front hook. So as I said in my first slide of front bulkhead support, that this lower support member should attach this front bulkhead bottom and the front hook bottom together. So this is the basic requirement of this lower support member. And talking about the diagonal member bracing, this is just to provide the node-to-node triangulation to upper support member and lower support member. So guys, this was some rule of front bulkhead support members. Now moving to our next primary structure is the front hook. So what is the front hook? Talking about the definition of front hook, it is the roll bar located above the driver's leg and proximity to the steering wheel. So this is the definition of front hook. Talking about the rules and regulation of front hook. So this front hook also come under the primary structure. So there are some general requirements to the front hook tubes. The minimum wall thickness of front hook tubes should be 2 mm. As I said, you should confirm this wall thickness from SES because this year this wall thickness have changed to 2.5 mm. So always it is preferred to check this wall thickness from SES template. Minimum cross section area should be 175 mm square and minimum moment of inertia of the tube should be 11320 mm raised to 4. So this should be the minimum requirement of cross section area and minimum moment of inertia of the tube which we have used for the front hook. Talking about the next fourth rule, that is the front hook must be made of continuous closed section. Again, this is the important rule that this front hook that we have used should be made of a single pipe and there should be a bend wherever required. There should be no cut over any area of this front hook. It should be continuous all over the length. Talking about the next rule, that is in side view, no part of a front hook can be inclined more than 20 degrees from the vertical. So this front hook, according to your design, you can incline to 20 degrees from the vertical, but you cannot incline more than 20 degrees. That is the rule. So this was the basic rule for front hook. Talking about our next primary structure is the front hook bracing. So what is the front hook bracing? As the definition says, it is a structure from front hook forward to the front bulkhead. So here you can see this is the front hook and this is the front bulkhead. So these are the front hook bracings. So what are the rules for this front hook bracing? The first rule says that the front hook bracing should be made of two tubes without any bends and must be straight when viewed from the side view. When you view this chassis from the side view, this bracing should be viewed as a straight pipes. There should be no bends in any place. Next rule says that front hook bracing must be attached no lower than 50 mm below the topmost surface of front hook. So this is the topmost surface of front hook and this is the front hook bracing. So this front hook bracing should be attached to the front hook no more below than 50 mm from the topmost surface. You can attach this bracing less than 50 mm distance from the topmost surface. Next rule says that if the front hook is inclined more than 10 degrees, as we have seen in our previous slide that you can incline this front hook up to 20 degrees. If you are inclining this front hook more than 10 degrees, then you require additional bracing at the rear side of your front hook. So this was some basic rule for front hook bracing. So talking about our next primary structure is side impact structure. So what is the side impact structure? This is the area of side of a chassis between the front hook and main hook and from the chassis floor up to the height as per the rule. So in this image you can see side impact structure is the structure between the front hook and the main hook and from the height up to 240 to 320 mm. In between this height your primary structure should be there. Your primary structure cannot be below 240 mm or it cannot be above 320 mm. So this upper side impact structure should be in between this 240 to 320 mm. So talking about the rules and regulation of primary structure. So this primary side impact structure should have minimum wall thickness of 1.2 mm. Again, I suggest you to check this wall thickness area according to your SES because in rule book and in SES there are some differences compared to your rule book. Talking about the cross section area, side impact structure tubes should have a minimum cross section area of 119 mm square and minimum moment of inertia of 8509 mm raised to 4. The side impact structure must consist of 3 steel tubes on each side of cockpit. So here you can see the side impact structure should have 3 steel tubes, one for upper side impact structure, one for lower side impact structure and one diagonal side impact structure tube for triangulation. Talking about the next rule, I have explained previously that this upper side impact structure should be minimum height of 240 up to 320 mm from the lowest chassis point. So this is the lowest chassis point. The point of your chassis which is closer to the ground is known as lowest chassis point. So the distance of this 240 mm should be taken from this lowest chassis point, not from the ground. Okay, moving to our next rule, that is the lower member must connect the bottom of main hook and bottom of front hook. So here you can see this is our lowest side impact structure which connect this front hook lowest point and main hook lowest point. Talking about the next rule, that is the diagonal member must triangulate the upper and lower member between the roll hook. So this diagonal member that I have used should triangulate this upper side impact structure from front hook to main hook. So guys, this way we have completed up to side impact structure. So we stop here for today's video. So in today's video we have covered the topic of front bulkhead support, front hook bracing and side impact structure. In next video we are going to cover the topic of main hook bracing support, cockpit and all the harness mounting points. So don't forget to subscribe this channel, because if you don't subscribe this channel you will not get a notification of our latest videos. So guys, please comment below how was this video, and if you like this video, share this video to your maximum teammates. So guys, if you have any doubt in this today's video, you can comment below or you can directly contact us on Instagram. I have mentioned my Instagram ID below in description. You can check it. And until our next video, stay safe and happy learning.